Week 11 of NFL action begins on Thursday, November 17th, as the New Orleans Saints visit the Carolina Panthers in a game that can be seen on NBC and the NFL Network. The action continues on Sunday, November 20th, with 12 games, including the Cardinals visiting the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers visiting the Washington Redskins on Sunday Night Football. The Monday Night Football game on November 21st has the Houston Texans visiting the Oakland Raiders on ESPN. Taking a look at the odds for these games on Thursday, November 17th, the New Orleans Saints go to the Carolina Panthers, who are 3-point favorites at home with the total at 52 points. The Panthers have won 6 of the last 10 at home in this series, but they are just 5-5 against the spread. Moving on to Sunday, November 20th, the Tennessee Titans will visit the Indianapolis Colts, who are also 3-point home favorites. The total on this game is at 53 points. The Colts have won 9 of the last 10 at home in this series, and they are 7-3 against the spread. The Jacksonville Jaguars will visit the Detroit Lions, who are 6.5-point home favorites. The total at 47 points. The Jaguars have won 3 of the last 5 meetings in this series, but they lost 31-14 in the last meeting back in 2012. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will visit the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 7.5-point home favorites with the total at 45. The teams have split their last 8 meetings, with the Buccaneers going 5-2 against the spread, and the last 3 games going over the total. The Chicago Bears will visit the New York Giants. The Giants are 7-point home favorites with the total at 45.5 points. These teams have split their last 10 meetings, with the Giants going 6-4 against the spread, and 6 of the last 9 games going over the total. The Arizona Cardinals will visit the Minnesota Vikings. The Cardinals are 1-point favorites on the road, the total at 40 points. The Vikings have won 7 of the last 10 in this series, and they are 5-4-1 against the spread, with the last 3 going under the total. The Cardinals have not won at Minnesota, having a record of 0-8. The Buffalo Bills will visit the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are 3-point home favorites with the total at 47 points. The Bills have won 7 of the last 10 in this series, but they have dropped the last 3, including a 34-21 loss in Buffalo last season. The Baltimore Ravens will visit the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are 7-point home favorites with the total at 44.5 points. The Ravens have won 6 of the last 9 in this series, although the teams have not met since 2012, when the Ravens won 31-29 at home. The Pittsburgh Steelers will visit the Cleveland Browns. The Steelers are 8-point favorites on the road with the total at 49 points. The Steelers have won 8 of the last 10 games in the series, but they are just 5-5 against the spread. They have won 7 of the last 10 in Cleveland, with the last 3 going under the total. The Miami Dolphins will visit the LA Rams. This game is at a pick with the total at 40.5 points. The Dolphins have dominated this series, winning 9 of the last 10 games, and they are 7-3 against the spread. The New England Patriots will visit the San Francisco 49ers. The Patriots are 12.5-point favorites on the road with the total at 51 points. The 49ers have won 7 of the last 10 meetings in this series, the last of which was in 2012, when the 49ers won 41-34 at New England. The Philadelphia Eagles will visit the Seattle Seahawks, who are 6-point favorites at home, the total at 45 points. The Seahawks have won 7 of the last 10 in this series, with 4 of the last 6 going over the total. Finally, on Sunday, we have the Green Bay Packers visiting the Washington Redskins for the evening game. The Redskins are 2.5-point favorites at home, with the total at 50 points. The Packers have won 7 of the last 10 in this series, with the last 2 games going over the total, including last season's game when Green Bay won 35-18 at Washington. Moving on to Monday, November 21st, the Houston Texans will take on the Oakland Raiders on Monday Night Football. This game will be in Oakland, who are 6-point favorites at home, the total at 46 points. The Texans have won and covered 6 of the last 9 games, with the last 2 going over the total. This week, Atlanta, Denver, the New York Jets, and the San Diego Chargers all have a bye week.